Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome to season 3, I think, because I woke up today and it was like 60 degrees in the middle of February, so we're getting right back at it. The first thing right off the bat is that this really isn't about the keyless entry. Some people refer to the keyless entry as power locks. There's a big difference. In fact, keyless entry will get its own, complete video. I am going to touch down on how keyless entry works, but it's not the focus of this video. My Trailblazer has a completely different power lock problem. Now, there's a lot of stuff to cover here, so this isn't going to be a fast and easy video, because when you're dealing with electronics and modules and stuff, there's nothing fast and easy about it. So I have a problem with the power locks in my 03. I've actually had it for a little while now and finally got the time to do something about it. The thing is that I can't lock the doors from inside the truck. If I press the lock button on this side, nothing happens. If I go over to the passenger side and hit lock, nothing happens. When I press unlock, you can kind of hear everything unlock. I'm pretty sure the camera probably picked that up. It's the same deal over on the passenger side. I hit lock, nothing happens. I hit unlock, all the doors unlock. If you follow the OEM service information for finding a problem with door locks or pretty much any kind of electronics in the truck, they usually want you to go in with a scan tool and start talking to different computers in the truck. You can't do that with your little cheapy code reader. You need something more high-end like the GM factory scan tool to do that kind of stuff. But we're not going to use either of them, and we're not even going to use the service information. I'm just going to break it down into my way of how everything works, and we're going to see if we can use that information to actually fix a power lock problem on this truck. I mean, if you're looking at the OEM service information for door locks, it kind of doesn't make sense looking at it like that. So we're just going to break it down into my own version that kind of simplifies everything. So this is what I came up with. So this view is kind of like if you're looking down on the truck, you know what I mean? So it kind of shows everything. We have each of the 4 doors, and we also have the lift gate on here. So the way the locks work is each door and the lift gate has an actuator inside. The actuator is what makes a mechanical movement in each latch, which prevents the latch from opening. But the way that they're all controlled is where things get confusing to some people. So we're going to start here at the driver's door. What we have here is what's called the driver's door module. I'll insert a pic right here so you can see it. So its job is it will move the actuator. It can move it in and out for lock and unlock. We go over here to the passenger door. I'm going to put up a picture of the passenger door module. It doesn't look like a module because it just has 2 buttons on it, but it's actually its own little computer. And its job is it will lock and unlock the actuator inside the passenger's door. Now in the back, I'm going to throw up a picture of the BCM and the rear fuse block. I have it backwards on this picture because I started drawing it from the other side, and the BCM is actually on this side. Now its job is to command the lock and unlock relays that are shown in the picture, and what they do is they lock and unlock the actuators in the rear doors. Now back here in the actual lift gate itself, up under, oh well, so much for that. There's some kinky plush pal action going on in the back. So I'll just throw up a blurry picture. When that trim panel is removed, you'll actually see the lift gate. It's its own computer. It's called the lift gate control module. And what he does again is he unlocks or locks the latch in the lift gate. So you notice that I've got, it might be hard to see, but I've got red lines that indicate, power basically. But the purple indicates data. Using the driver's door switch as the example, when you press lock or unlock on the driver's door switch, it's going to control the actuator in its door, but at the same time, it's going to send a message to the passenger door to lock or unlock its door. At the same time, it also tells the body computer to lock or unlock the back doors, and at the same time, it tells the liftgate module to lock or unlock the liftgate. So it's pretty cool because with one push of a button, 4 modules lock or unlock 5 actuators, and it happens, boom, just like that, and that's pretty awesome. I told you we were going to touch briefly down on the factory keyless entry. When you press lock or unlock on the factory remote, the module that interprets this signal is the one in the liftgate. That's what throws a lot of people off when they have remote problems, because they don't really know that that's how it works. We'll get a little bit more into that later. So what I've done kind of is just gave myself a little some notes on what's working and what's not working overall. I know that from the driver's door, I cannot lock the doors, but I can unlock them. And the same can be said for the passenger door. I can't lock them from the passenger door switch, but I can unlock them. And the keyless entry will lock and unlock all the doors. So just that right there, look at that for a second. You know what I mean? If we start here at the driver's door, if we press unlock on that switch, not only does it unlock the driver's door, but it also tells all the other modules to unlock their doors. You know, that kind of rules out a whole lot of stuff. We have the passenger door, the same deal. If we press lock, it doesn't lock its door, it doesn't tell anything else to lock their doors. But if you press unlock, it works. It'll do everything. It'll unlock its and then tell the other things to do their stuff. When we use the OEM remote, the liftgate module locks and unlocks its thing, and every other actuator works. So what that really says right there is that even though this door module doesn't lock anything, it can interpret a lock request and lock its thing. So we know it has the means to, lock its actuator. It can read inputs, it can control its actuator. So there's something else wrong with it. The exact same thing with the passenger door. The thing that a lot of people would probably think is that because lock doesn't work from here or here, that there's some kind of electrical gremlin or some shit. You know what I mean? Gizmo running in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But let's treat them as individual problems. So what I think is going on here is there's a problem with the actual lock switch itself inside the driver's door module, where when you press the lock button, it doesn't acknowledge that the button was pressed. So therefore it won't lock its door, it won't tell any of the other things to lock their doors. There's really no do-it-yourself method to finding out that that's the problem, you know what I mean? But again, based on the evidence, I think we have a problem with the door module itself. Same thing with the passenger door. If you press unlock, everything works normally. You press lock, nothing happens. So it's almost like it has an internal problem where it doesn't see the lock button being pressed. So here I suspect that the driver's door module it has a problem where it's not seeing the lock button being pressed down. Now what I would really want to try is unplugging the passenger door module, pulling it out, and plugging it in here and seeing if lock and unlock works, using that side. But the problem here is that lock doesn't work on that one either. So if what I'm thinking is correct, I actually have two bad door modules. Everything else works. It'll roll up and down the windows and, unlock, but it just won't lock. There's a problem, you know what I'm saying? So I went on eBay, got myself two door modules. We're gonna go ahead, swap them out, and see if everything works. And let's see if she works. Oh yeah! So lock and unlock works. I just want to make sure that all the windows work with the new door module. Well, it's used, but you know what I'm saying? Just gotta make sure it all works. So, driver's door, passenger door. So that's cool. So really all I did on the driver's side is just kind of pop this turd out of place. For these two connectors, I just pushed down, kind of wiggled them out. Same thing here. And then this is the one I need a screwdriver to kind of lift that clip up to unplug it. So we can take our eBay unit, plug him in. Oh yes, that's awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try this driver's door computer, the driver's door module. I'm going to try this on the passenger side and see if it will lock and unlock. Okay. So really, if it came down to one side or the other, not locking or unlocking, you can just swap them you know, your one that you know works, and then just try it. I didn't even know that. Look at that. I didn't even know you could do that. So like I mentioned, I got these door modules off of eBay. Because of that recall or whatever that came out, these are like a freaking hot commodity on eBay. Particularly the dark gray ones. Just as an example, I've seen this unit go for 130 bucks used, right? And it's like only the gray ones that are like that expensive. I picked up these beiges for like 70 bucks, both of them, which was pretty cool. I think what a lot of people don't know is that the colored bezels are interchangeable. So all I'd have to do is really just pop off the beige bezels. I'll probably clean all this shit out of here and pop the new switch into the gray bezel for it to match. The only bitch is that I've like 4 or 5 years ago I took these apart and then put red lights in them, so I'm actually gonna have to do a little bit more to get it looking like, you know, to match the rest of the truck, you know what I'm saying? Well, one of the things I mentioned before is that if you buy a new one of these from like the dealer or something, it has to be programmed to the vehicle. And even though I have the OEM scan tool, I don't have the means of programming it to the vehicle. There's really no way around it unless you know someone that has access to the GM flash database, you know what I'm saying? And that can easily run $110 just for that procedure. So personally, I could have went out and bought a new one. Fuck no, I'm going to eBay, you know what I mean? One of the things that comes up is they made a lot of these trucks without keyless entry. The way you can know if it came with keyless entry is that inside the glove box on that sticker you would see AU0 as the body code. And if it doesn't have that, it never had the keyless entry from the factory. So what happens is that people say, well look, I'm going to add keyless entry, and what wire do I need to tap for lock and what wire for unlock? And if you can tell, there isn't one wire. You know what I mean? The locks are controlled by, you know, several modules, and there isn't like, you know, one wire that you can tap into, kind of like there's old school, you know, cars the way they were worked before all the computers came in. So on mine I have this I have an aftermarket remote start, but it also locks the doors. And the way that works is you have like your remote starter, you know what I mean, and then you buy what's called a like a GM door lock bypass. I have I think it's the Omega GM DLBP. So your remote start will then tell this little bypass or adapter to unlock or lock the doors. And what it does is it gets tied into the data wire. So when you hit lock or unlock on your aftermarket stuff, it tells the bypass interprets that and then tells all the computers to lock or unlock their shit. So you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like your one wire hookup. And regardless of if or not you have the AU0 code, you can always add, you know, keyless entry to these trucks. The big problem with power locks, and like I said at the beginning of the video, is my power lock problem is like the exception, not the norm. 99 times out of 100, it's because the remote doesn't work. And the first thing people do, they put a battery in the remote, and that doesn't work. And then they buy a new remote on eBay, and that doesn't work. And the reason is it usually has a problem with either the liftgate module itself, or more commonly the wiring to the liftgate where it goes through where the liftgate hinges. So what happens is people buy a new remote, you start programming up here at the driver's door, it like has you like hold down the button and turn the key on and a whole bunch of shit. And they always get to the part where when they press the button, nothing happens. And it's because the problem is back here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, it can be misleading because you're doing all your input functions here at the driver's door for programming a new fob, and when it doesn't program and you know you've got a new good remote, it's like, well, what the fuck? Well, that's because the problem's back here. I would love to address this by itself, the keyless entry and the wires. I just haven't had one here that had that problem, and I'm not going to go, you know, come up with some fake shit, you know what I'm saying? Because that'd be kind of lame. So that's kind of overview of how the power locks work in these trucks. I think we covered a good bit of information. I even learned something today, which is pretty awesome because I didn't even know about the other stuff. That about covers power locks here. I don't know when we're going to be back out. It might not be till April, you know what I mean? But I'm doing what I can, you know what I'm saying? So thanks for watching. You like what you see, subscribe, but stick around. A lot of stuff has happened in the past 3 months.
Aren't you going to put the new switches in?
Fuck no. You know how much work it's going to be converting the red lighting over to the other ones? It's like, dude, fuck that. I don't have time to fucking take a piss half the time anymore, you know what I'm saying? Do you remember like 10 minutes or so ago when I said that, you know, if you found this video because you were looking for a problem with the remote, that this isn't the video, you know what I'm saying? It's because I don't want people to watch it if it's not going to help them. Sometimes I go through extreme measures to make sure that the video title or the description or the tags is very specific to the vehicle that we're doing. And sometimes YouTube will bring that shit up even though it's not really related. You know what I mean? Like YouTube or the Google search might think that this is power locks, you know what I'm saying? But it's not, it's keyless entry. And I do that because I don't want to waste anybody's time, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I find myself being that guy out in the driveway, especially with cars that I'm not 100% familiar with, you know what I mean? What I notice is a lot is that these frauds, they're going to put so many things in the tags and the description and the title to get my view, to get their video up, number one. And I find it, through a Google search, and it doesn't have nothing to do with what I'm looking for, you know what I mean? I think people that, intentionally mislabel titles to get more views, they're fucking scumbags, you know what I'm saying? And I particularly take offense when one of these fucking assholes wants to comment about stuff that I do here, you know what I'm saying? This motherfucker's gonna pop out and, take a couple shots because I talk too much in my videos, you know what I'm saying? And normally I don't give two fucks what anybody says, you know what I mean? Even this fucking fraud, you know what I mean? He's got a lot of views and a lot of subscribers and a lot going on, that's cool and everything, but it doesn't change the fact that the content sucks, you know what I mean? So I wanted to see, since, he's at a point where he can critique other people, I went and checked his stuff out, you know what I'm saying? Every fucking video is how to do this fast and easy, how to do this fast and easy, you know what I mean? He caters to that kind of stupid, retarded ADD crowd that's out there, you know what I mean? We're not doing the same thing, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather be specific and label this thing, power locks don't work from door switches, rather than how to fix Trailblazer door locks fast and easy, you know what I mean? Because it's not fast and easy. I told them Richie Cunningham motherfuckers that, you know what I mean, if they want to try to, do what I do, you know what I'm saying, good luck. And I guess this motherfucker wants to be up for the challenge, you know what I mean? Well, look, dude, you know what I'm saying? You can go and say that I talk too much and you find it offensive that my content's not PC, you know what I'm saying? Fuck you, motherfucker, you know what I mean? At least I don't intentionally mislabel my videos and put in tags, irrelevant tags, to try to get more views, you know what I'm saying? And you motherfuckers just sitting there, oh, please like my video, please leave a comment, please subscribe, please go to my Twitter, please go to my Patreon, you know what I'm saying? You're a fucking fraud, bro. You don't exist outside YouTube. You don't exist outside where, you know what I mean, you get a little bit of ad money, you know what I'm saying? You're a fucking fraud, you know what I mean? If you really feel you're up to the challenge, well, I'll fire up your how to fix drum brakes quick and easy video. I'll pull the drums off my pickup and let's see if your video has anything to do with that kind of drum brakes, you know what I'm saying? Oh, and who else in the last 3 months has popped up, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers on Trailboy.com, I don't fuck around there no more, so I guess people use that as the opportunity to critique things that I do and, stuff like that, which is fine. By posting on Trailboy.com and helping people out on Trailboy.com, you are increasing the ad profits for a company that does not give two fucks about you or your truck. You know what I'm saying? You don't see any action going on. There hasn't been a Trailboy meet or whatever since like 2011 when everybody left. You frauds are staying there 2 years later clinging on to your precious post count and acting like you're the most helpful motherfucker on the planet. But if it hasn't been something that everybody knows about, y'all frauds don't know what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? So get the fuck off my dick, you stupid motherfuckers, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You're supporting a Canadian-based company that just buys enthusiast forums, counting on you frauds to do the work for them to get more ad views. You know what I'm saying? Fuck y'all. Fuck you, Trailboy. Fuck you, AutoGuide. Fuck you, Vertical Scope. Fuck all y'all. The GMT Nation ain't for profit, and we still do shit on that motherfucker. We still got the meets, we still got the community feel. It's everything that Trailboy was. You know what I'm saying? I just can't believe the nerve of some guys to like make little comments on the videos on that. Like somebody's not going to tell me about it. You know what I mean? Like somebody's not going to say, hey, did you see that this fucking douche is going to go and say that he would have done this different and he would have done that different. You know what I mean? These fucking frauds are too pussy to get in front of a camera and just throw it all out there. You know what I mean? I know damn well people don't like what I do. I get shit from fucking other technicians, other YouTubers, other internet technicians, fucking co-workers. I don't give a fuck what nobody has to say, because the difference is I don't give two fucks what anybody thinks. I don't need them for shit. I can fix my own shit myself. I don't do this for them. I do this for you. You know what I'm saying? My man out in the driveway with a fucking broke ass truck and, you know what I mean, a nagging wife and 3 kids, and he's trying to get his shit fixed. He doesn't have time for bullshit. You know what I mean? How the fuck are you going to go over a Trailblazer door lock video, including 4 computers, 5 actuators, and the way it all works, and shrink that down into 3 minutes? You know what I mean? You're going to leave some important stuff out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't even criticize my fucking shit. You know what I mean? Because I'm not begging motherfuckers to turn ad block off before watching my videos. Turn ad block on. I turn ad block on. I'm not watching fucking McDonald's commercials to watch a video. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It should be up to the people. If they say, well, I'm going to leave ad block off to watch, you know what I mean? It's their choice, you know what I mean? But when you're basically begging for money, you know what I mean? Your content better back it up. And in that fucking douchebag's case, it doesn't, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, this motherfucker's like, so I guess he's going by views and ratings and all that stuff to say that, you know, I suck, you know what I mean? And he's so fucking awesome, you know what I mean? But the content just ain't there. I mean, it's cool to cater to 16-year-old impressionable kids about, you know, how awesome you are banging drums off a truck. You know what I'm saying? I'm not impressed by that. You know what I mean? I've been doing that shit since fucking DMX was talking about transforming like Optimus Prime. You know what I mean? I was in the shop listening to that shit. You know what I mean? So he did. You remember that shit? It was like 97, 98. It's like, when it's on, I transform like Optimus Prime. That's what I'm talking about. I was in the shop listening to that shit. You know what I mean? So when these kids and these frauds come out here talking about, well, it's not really what nobody gives a fuck. You know what I mean? Nobody gives a fuck, you fucking simpleton. You know what I'm saying? and here's the other thing, you know what I mean? When especially like that James Witherdale motherfucker who was biting off everything that I did, you know what I mean? He would take the ideas on my videos and then, you know, roll it into his. You know, it was all, my beef with that was, you know what I mean, if you're going to rip off somebody's content and you're going to keep doing it, you should kind of acknowledge them in some way, you know what I mean? You got to like say, you know, I want to send a shout out. I mean, you've seen when we pop these vanity bulbs out. I didn't know that. I got that tip from somebody else and I gave that motherfucker credit, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to put up a show that says, I know exactly how this works and blah, 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 because I'm super tech, you know what I mean? Especially when you find out that super tech hasn't worked at a shop since 2008, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, so wait a minute. How the fuck is if auto repair is so great, why the fuck don't you do it no more? You know what I mean? This motherfucker probably delivering for Papa John's Pizza, you know what I'm saying? And then coming home and acting, you know what I mean, like I'm super tech, you know what I mean? Yo, Richie Cunningham, you want to take another shot? Go right ahead. Because I will put your ADD catering, 3-minute, fast and easy, uninformative videos, I'll put them up to the challenge, motherfucker, and you'll get destroyed. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And if you think that views or ratings or subscribers has anything to do in relationship to the quality of content, you are mistaken. We all know that, you know what I mean, that Mr. Comedy Relief, you know what I mean, is notorious for that shit, you know what I'm saying? And from real motherfuckers like me doing this shit, you get 0 respect. So fuck off. Welcome to season 3.